Greeting, YouTubers. Like and subscribe because this is my first video. We are setting up today the etcycle T720. They also make a T1000. This is the baby version of pretty much the same bike. Ordered it last week and it took them about a week to process it. And it actually got here pretty quick. It took about 3 days to get it. But the problem we ran into was, bring the camera over here. When I got it, this was taped together, FedEx handiwork, and it was ripped open about like that. So I was afraid of everything getting lost on it. So I did an initial, just check from the top, and hopefully everything's there. It looked like it was. The manual doesn't show a parts list on it. So this is a view from the top. Okay, looked like they actually did a pretty good job packing it. You can see they've got the ties here, styrofoam. Got your seat post. Go ahead and take a look there. Everything seems to be intact. Luckily, down in here, I did see the charger with the cord in there. There's the big seat. All right, we're gonna start pulling out all the contents of the box. So, got your seat. This is a leather saddle. Leather. Looks decent. The post. Let's start setting stuff here. Come over here with the camera. You can see everything's kind of tucked in tight. Go here. Here's the charger. These are 48 volt. So I noticed this in my packaging was missing my universal 110 volt. I think I saw that in here. Instruction manual. Like I said, I took a look in it. I didn't see any parts breakdown. I said hopefully it's here. Luckily this didn't fall out of the box in transit. Assuming this is some type of tool kit. Yeah, got some tools in here, so hopefully we can just utilize those for putting together. Some wrenches, Allen wrenches. There's your front axle for the front tire, just a quick release. That was one that really could have fallen out. Looks okay. Pedals. Alright, everything kind of packed in here. As you can see, they put like a guard in the box, so nothing really poking through. Got this tied, so the first thing I'm going to remove, pretty easy tie. Here. 26-inch wheel, 4-inch wide. Difference between this and this is the 720 versus the T720 versus the T1000 is this does have mechanical brakes. The 1000 has hydraulic. You can see here's the metal fender it has here. Just loose on there. Here's the other part to the charger cord, so luckily we did get that. Guess it's now to the point. I'll remove it out of the box. It's pretty good. I think it said the shipping weight was close to 100 pounds on it. Doesn't feel quite that heavy. It does have some girth on it. I said probably 70 pounds. This was probably a box that held the charger in it. Let's see if that beat up and shipping. Alright, we're going to just start taking all this off, examining. Like I said, the derailleur protector here looks think it's in good shape, nothing banged up, not seeing anything evident of too busted up in shipping. So we'll just start removing these. These will look to be the front handlebars. Luckily, they've got the protector on here. You can see some scratches and such here. Hold off on that. What impressed me was the battery on these. I think this is a 15 amp hour. And for the price, there's not much out there as a battery that good. So that was one of the selling factors, and I wanted to try something a little bit lower price point of the T1000. And this pretty much checked most of the marks. So as you'll see, there's a seat post. Got the quick adjust on it. This is the front rack. You can see all this stuff is it's made out of, looks like aluminum. I've got a magnet right in front of me, but I mean, well built. It's already got the rack straps on it. Pretty impressive for the price point. This front rack. Probably have to hit the fast forward button through a lot of this, unless you like watching long videos. The other variation between this T720 and the T1000 is this has a spring loaded front suspension, where the T1000 I believe has hydraulic on it. This is another one. Just brings the price point a little bit down on it, a little bit more affordable on this, but I've heard good things about with the springs and the big tires that it soaks it up pretty good, so we shall see. So that's got the back rack on it. Again, super heavy duty build. Got bungee straps on it to hold your load down. It's already got the fenders on it. Usually those are all add-ons from other people. Here's your rear hub motor. Does have a kickstand on it. So it looks, it's pretty legit. So I'll probably start with is, I guess, the handlebars. Handlebars again. Here's the keys for the battery. So it looks like for the post here, you've got, there's your bolt for running down through. I may have to look at the instructions to double check how exactly this goes together. If I remove this bolt, the cap here. There's the bolt. So that obviously goes like that. Looks like it is adjustable for your handlebar height. It's got the leather grips. Here's your display. Here is, yeah, that's your throttle for the electric motor. I think this is an 8-speed. There's your shifter selector. Shimano components, I believe, on that. Anyway, if you want to pause it, we're going to take a look at the manual here just to make sure how those handlebars go on. Battery off. Got the charger here. It looks like it just plugs in. Just got a little universal power end on it. Just a round little Molex connector, and it should plug in right there. Anyway, gonna hook it up. I'm gonna get this charged. It says you need about 8 hours on it. before you do anything with it, so I figured I might as well get the charging going on it. It's a 15 amp hour, 48 volt D-Hawk battery. Like I said, I'm amazed at the weight of that thing. That thing's got to weigh 10, 15 pounds. Anyway, I'm gonna get this guy charging. We'll come back to the bike assembly here. Just gonna see. Shows full battery out of the gate. Just came off the bike, but like I said, I'm still gonna put it on a charger for a while. All right, handlebars took a minute to figure out. Just now getting them put on. Anyway, before you put on the handlebars on the post here, it's basically got a protector to keep the actual, these aren't triple trees, I guess it'd just be the forks. It holds them in place. But again, like I said, high quality components to hold it together. I mean, you're not even gonna use this, but just the plastic part. And then that's an aluminum piece with, you know, a bolt holding it together. So like I said, good components for the price. So don't believe I'm gonna need that. I'm in the process. I just tightened up the top stem bolt. Now I'm gonna basically, it's got 2 Allen heads, looks like a 5 mil. I'm gonna tighten these up. That'll put pressure further on the stem. So we're just gonna tighten these up, back and forth. Get a good snug fitting on it. Okay, that looks good. This is the adjustment for the rise in the handlebars. I'm gonna have to figure that out here. Me being as tall as I am, I'm roughly 6'3", you know, 6'2" to 6'4", depends on the convenience store I'm leaving on. But that'll have to be adjusted, but we're also gonna have the kids and the wife and whatever riding it, so we'll just have to find a middle ground on that. It's got the plug for the top of the stem bolt. Put that back in, keep the weather out of it. All right, put that in. Looks pretty good. Easier bolts, they're put in. That'll be for the front rack. Still debating if I'm going to put that on as of yet. So now I'm to a point where I will probably tackle putting on the pedals. Get those unpackaged here. Nothing fancy on the pedals, just plastic construction on the outside. The other reflectors for safety at night on them. As with any pedal, they're going to be reverse thread on those. So I don't know if they have a left and right on these. Looks like they may, they do. So this is for the left side. Make sure you put that on accordingly. Move up your and who knows, they may have actually gave me a wrench for it. Obviously this being a bike from China, everything's metric, which I prefer, so that's great. This looks to be probably a 13 mil, and it is. Didn't say anything, have to put any anti-seize on it, so we're just gonna go with the good old-fashioned bump over here to the right side. Same thing. Actually, it looks like it's a 15, not a 13. I wasn't reading the wrench right. 15 mil. Be a lot better if I had a bike bench, but I don't. So. But hey, it's warm and sheltered. All right, pedals are on. Looks good. I'm gonna just this chain came off. Worry about getting it on the bit. Guess we'll probably throw on the front tire here. With this front fender, the front wheel. These do have mechanical brakes on front and rear. That's just another one of the ones that a little bit more stripped down version with the 720. Thought we'll give it an initial test drive here. Sure. Protectors for your wheel. All right, this is where it's going to come into play that I may need some help. All right, so it looks like you've got springs on both sides that'll hold tension on it, so you want to just make sure those do make it back on when you put the tire on. Let's pull the nut off here. That spring, white end goes out. Set it here. Now this, I'll see if I can do it by myself or not. You're gonna come in and you're gonna line up your disc with your brake slot. And you gotta make sure that these let's have you help hold this camera, woman. The bike from tipping. Yeah, it looks good. Okay, I think we just got it. I don't think it showed a preference of which side went where, but to me, if I want to be able to clamp down, I'm going to go from the right-hand side. So I'll have room, so that comes in here. See, that spring gives a little tension. Grab me the spring and, oh, I got it. All right, the spring and the nut. They're gonna slide over, right there. Gotta get it started. And this is going to be a matter of getting it started. You've got to put tension on the forks here. And then you've got your hand adjustment here. But you've got to be able to get that closed to get the proper. So this is all just a matter of getting your tension right on it. Obviously, you want to make sure you get this right, or your wheel's going to come off. All right. Okay. So these look like the bolts that'll hold on your front rack. Okay, excuse me, the front fender. I've opted to not put that on just right this second, but it would go on with these two bolts. It would come on there. Oh, you know what? I think I may have, there's the headlight, so maybe I have put this on backwards. I'm gonna have to refer to the manual here. I'm going to double check that, make sure it may look like, yeah, Yeah, let's pause it and check it. All right, we just have to make a quick check on it. Looking at it, looks like with the front fork, they put the light on backwards. I was questioning maybe the fork I put on backwards, but no, it isn't the case. Like I was saying, you can put on this front fender. I'm opting to not put mine on right this second, but it'll slip on, go through this bolt hole here, and it'll go on. So what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna flip this light around to the other side. So it'll obviously shine the correct way. Looks like, for whatever reason, they put it on that side. Anyway, flip the light around. Okay, back again, flip the light around. I said I'm not gonna put the front fender on right just yet. Same goes for the cargo rack. That slips right here. There's 4 bolts that will mount that guy up. I took those out, put them in a bag. Probably mount this in a bit, but I just want to have this free. Make sure everything's working. That's a really good front cargo rack. Next thing I'm going to do, move to the seat, saddle. When they say saddle, they really mean a saddle. Look at that thing. It's a nice squish on it. I'm going to throw the seat on it. And they said optimal rider height for this bike is anywhere between 5 foot, what did they say? 5'6" to 6'2". So anyway, I'm just gonna roughly eye up that seat height, line it up. There's the seat on it. So that's it in a nutshell. I've obviously got to get the chain, came off the front sprocket. I've just got to put that on. Then I've just got to go through the gear tuning, make sure all the gears are lined up. I have to do a little bit of fine tuning on that. But so far impressed by the quality and components for the price point. Like I said, it was a great price point. I'm not gonna tell you guys the price because depending on how it goes, I'm gonna probably buy another one. I don't want the inventory blown out. So, but etcycle T720. Get the tires aired up, stuff like that. Once I get it on the road, we'll probably pick up another video just to give you a quick thought of what we think so far.